I believe it's got a little notch. Looks to be a real small bird point. Excellent. Well, I said bird point. I don't know if it's bird point or not. It's a dart. Probably not for bird. Either way, it's a keeper. I'm gonna keep on looking, see what else I can find. Got a dab of rain. Well, shadow's getting long. This might be the last one. I see stuff on the end of it. Yelpers all the way to the other end of it. Gotta love it when that happens. I'll take that. Excellent. Keep looking, I'm running out of daylight. I'm pretty sure I flipped one out. Seen that. I didn't think about it being really nothing. But it is. A pink looking point. I'll take it. Looks like a tip. Hey. That'll work. Looks like an Elk River. You see that flaking? Beautiful. Well, I can only hope for a killer right there. You see I stuck my stick right up on the end of that piece of material. I lifted it just a little bit. Now you can see it had a little bit of suspicion to it. I believe it's got a tip. I know it's got a notch. It's got some damage, but it'll work. Don't have much, but it's got just enough to keep it from being a G10. Cool piece of material though. A little base damage right there. I'll have to take it. I think it's an artifact. I'm not real certain. It's a tool. Pretty material. Well, it might be a preform on its way to being a blade. That's a good looking tip. Can't say so much about the back end. It'll work. It'll be pretty cleaned up, I think. Well, just hoping it's got a tip on it. Come on. Come on. Yes. Yes. I would say excellent, but I don't think it's excellent. It's beautiful. Keep on looking. I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. I'll just rake that out. I mean, it's not a perfect point or nothing, but it's gonna be a good looking tool in color. believe we got something right here. I wiggled that. It feels like it goes in there pretty good ways. Thought I'd see. Hey, heck yeah. He's kind of tooly, but who's going to turn that down? It's like a chisel type deal. Yeah. Cool. Handful. Let's keep looking. Well, could I get lucky again? Looks like the back end is possibly there. Hey, check it out. I'll leave the back end. Might be a little bit. Might be a little bit. I'll take it. Well, there's the stuff I found. This is the sidekick right here. And this over here is old stomping grounds. Start over here and show you a few of these. They're just rough tools. That narrow would have been a cool piece if it had been where they could complete it, but it's just a rough piece of material. They tried. It's pretty colors. And blunts. And these are the points. They're a little Benton or an Elk River, one or the other. That piece right there. I hadn't found anything complete in a good while. That right there is a beautiful piece of Harrodsburg chert. Too bad about that little ear right there. That's an old Big Sandy. It's broad base Big Sandy. It's got a round base. Pretty piece. And then around the tools, these little whatever, I can't imagine really what they are, other than just maybe a core for material blades or whatever. It's a pretty colored tool. It's just creek rock from the area. Look at that. That's about the steepest blunt I've ever found. This right here is probably the first, what I would consider, maybe it wasn't a drill, but anyway, it's been fashioned into a blunt. You know, think what you want to about, you know, what these really are, whether they're hafted scrapers, fleshing tools, or whatever. I've got an opinion about them, but it's probably not with the majority of what people think. But anyway, I've seen shows, History Channels alone, where they use these to run off a fox. They weren't allowed to shoot the fox, but they used what they called a blunted tip to stun it. They called them stunners. No, actually they called them bunny busters. And the guy used one to run a fox off. Wouldn't penetrate them, but it would. And likewise, seen it on another show where they called those the same thing, but they used blunt forced. I ain't saying all of them would be, but you know, how much fleshing you gonna do or something like that. Anyway, one of these. And then these right here. That's a pretty cool tool right there. Probably a chisel, my guess, of some sort. Length to it. These are the points you see. The reason I said I didn't get anything that hadn't been damaged. To some degree. I mean, maybe not. This little piece right here maybe not be damaged, but it's made off of just a raw piece of material. That's Cortex off of a raw piece of material, but then they chiseled them a little dart. I'm satisfied. Got a question for you. Most people will agree this is archaic. Nothing woodland about that. My understanding is, though, they didn't use bow and arrow. So what did they do with that? In archaic times, what did they do with that? Wooden bow and arrow. You think it's an atlatl dart? As opposed to what most people would think that is, and that is, which I believe both of those are knives, not atlatl darts, are too heavy. That one, more likely, if it was a dart ever, that was probably an atlatl dart right there, rather than a bow. Of course, most people will agree bows didn't exist then. So it had to be hurled by an atlatl weight or a spear or something. Unlike what most people want to try to make you believe is spear points and atlatl darts. They're just too heavy. Too heavy. Anyway, this right here is it's an old crude tool of sorts, but just wanted to show you they had use for these things. And then this drill right here, I thought it was without damage when I first found it, and then I seen it's got this square base, but I'm not real sure that that's been snapped as much as it's been made off of a square edge piece of material. Looks to me like this flake right here on the corner was removed right there from that flat surface, and likewise another one or two down through here to try to narrow the base a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to call it complete because I believe it is. Had a good day, had a good time. These are the things that you find after the season is run long, and this is to pick up what remains, which I never turn these down, but that's what I'm saying is you get to where you have real slim pickings, and what you find you really have to search for. Appreciate y'all watching.